they were clapping for me when I walked down that aisle. I heard those screams and all them shouts, them old ladies was proud. But did they know that just a month ago I got knocked down, body found, laying on the ground, not making a sound? Could they see all of the women I had slept with? Could they see the veins popping in the hands that I strangled his neck with? Could they see the tormented mindset that I was left with when I accepted my death wish and wore it like my favorite necklace? Except for the little bit of expressions of innocence I would wrestle and fidget with. I was reckless and ignorant, arrested for entering someone's residence with their kids. I would check an extensive list, but I never could finish it. Plus depression was kicking in. Jesus was speaking to me. This God that I thought was dead was obviously reaching to me. My partners was shocked and they all start rocking with me, cause truly I stopped at the nonsense. I was evolving and seeing newly. They all thought that Monty lost it. I promise he's seeing through me. Mothers and fathers, bishops and pastors and deacon Trudies, they watched me exalt my father and thought that they freaking knew me. Probably thought I resolved it just now when the preacher moved me. But I'm not gonna sit in church and impress you with my attire. I'ma walk up them double doors and my God and set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on fire. I'm not gonna sit in church and impress you with my attire. I'ma walk up them double doors with my God and set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on. But all the stuff that I done been through, I can't sit through another church service with a pastor in a slick suit telling me how I'm gonna get through. Cause I'm dangerous, and I'm angry at Satan for making us think to be sane is to stay in the same place until we get placed in the grave. You were hopeless and ashamed. Why you go and get saved and exposed to his name if you wasn't gonna share it with someone selling dope in the game? What about that 17-year-old on a train who wants to blow out his brains? But if you go over and say that Jehovah can save, then his mindset would totally change. In the spiritual realm, I'm armed and equipped with an arsenal kit and an army to split in your market defense. But in the real world, I drive a car with a dent. And if minimum wage means I'm wealthy, well, then I'm partially rich. So grab your torches and battle horses. We're matching forces with vast endorsements and bashing borders from Atlanta, Georgia to California, lastly to Florida, attacking the order that's masking our people, bashing your source with no remorse for what happens to evil. Cause now as we speak, it's on the prowl for the weak. How can you sleep when they growling their teeth and pounding the sheep? I know the preacher love when I'm co-signing loud from my seat, but that ain't the only reason that Jesus allowed me to see. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna sit in church and impress you with my attire. I'ma walk up them double doors and my God and set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on fire. I'm not gonna sit in church and impress you with my attire. I'ma walk up them double doors with my God and set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on. Set the city on fire. I'm not gonna sit in church and impress you with my attire. I'ma walk up them double doors with my God and set the city on.